I'm going to show you how to make the sides of the cube. So you have your right side of your fabric here. So what we'll do is we're going to fold this in half like so. And you have the crease here. You're going to take the gridded ruler and you're going to measure from the fold up 2 inches and place a mark here. Then you're going to turn it and you're going to measure 2 inches along the fold like so. And then you're going to connect the 2 points here by drawing a line using the invisible ink marker here. Like so. Then we're going to pin that in place. Now the other side, here's the fold. You want to match the edges. Make sure all your edges are matched. You're going to do 2 inches along the fold. Place a little mark there. Then turn it and go up. So the fold is right here. And we're going to go 2 inches here. And then we'll connect the 2 points here. And then pin. And then we'll take it to the sewing machine and we're going to, now here you can change out and put a white cone thread so that it doesn't show, or you can keep it the way you want it. It's not going to be seen. So I'm going to put that right on the edge there. And on the foot, it's got a little groove right here. So I'm going to line that little groove with the line, kind of like when you were doing your paper sewing. So I'm going to take a couple stitches. I'm going to go and back tack over that and then continue sewing. Don't sew over the pin. And then when I'm going to sew off the edge, or like right on the edge, not off, completely off. And then I'm going to back tack there. And then take it all the way to the edge. And then, so you can see my stitching there. And then trim your threads. And then you're going to do the other side. And then we'll clip those off. And then now you're going to do the other side. So how you do this is we'll open this up like this. We'll line those 2 edges there. Press that, and then I'm going to measure 2 inches on this side along the fold. 2 inches along the fold, make a little mark. And then along the 2 edges here, I'm going to measure up 2 inches there. 2 inches, put a mark there, and then I'll draw my line to connect those 2. And pin that in place. And then I'll do the same thing on this side. Make sure the edges match here. Measure 2 inches. Put a mark here. And along the fold, 2 inches. And then connect. Make sure everything stays together. And then pin. And then now I'll go to the sewing machine and I'll sew that. Back tack, make sure you back tack it. And I'll do this side. And then once I get this all done, then I'll go to the iron and I'll give it a press and I'll get rid of the ink there. Making sure my edges stay together. And then now I'll go to the iron and give that a press. Get rid of the ink marks. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna tack this down. So what I've done here is, this is where it's sewn. I'm gonna push this down like so, and then I'm gonna go to the iron and I'm gonna press that so it stays down. And then what we're gonna do is we're just going to tack this right here, right in this seam. So let's see if we can do that. I'm gonna push that in, make sure I'm only putting in that. And put that, I'm putting that center part of the foot right here, right in that seam. And then I'm just gonna take a couple of stitches right in that seam. Oh, I hate when I do that. When the thread, I don't hang on to the thread and it pops out. Go back and rethread it here. All right, so let's do this again. Make sure I hold on to the thread this time. So I'm putting that center part of the foot right where that seam is. And then I'm gonna put the edge of the foot right on the edge of that white fabric there. And I'm just gonna take like 2 or 3 little back stitches. And that's just gonna tuck that little fold in. So I won't do them all. You're only doing a couple of little stitches, just a couple of little ones right there. So that was the seam, and you're just tacking a couple stitches. All right, and then you'll do the same thing for the rest of these. So you'll go and you'll press these open, and then you're gonna tack like right here, just a couple of stitches there. And do the same thing over here. You're gonna press this down and then tack a couple stitches there and there, and the same thing for there. And then once you're done, then you're gonna flip this right side out. Like so. And then you have a little cube box here.